Well, hello guys, welcome back. It was really unusual. Whatever that thing was, it's gone now, and obviously a lot of gods and goddesses came to the rescue. So Loki has a lot of friends, and I do too, even though Loki seems to feel guilty for some reason. I said, look, either you couldn't do anything for some reason that I don't understand, or you weren't allowed to or whatever, or you missed it too. I said, don't feel bad. And we're just trying to figure out when whatever this thing is, replace the old man. And how far back do we have to go? And we don't know if it was just today or it was just yesterday or what it was, but nobody can figure it out. So of course we're not going to have Frigg and Odin in the house for quite some time. And I said, I don't trust them. I think I felt faint blips, but I was like, absolutely not. We can't trust now that the gods themselves will be themselves. That would be the thing. How could they prove it if this thing was imitating Odin so well that we couldn't even tell the difference? If even Loki couldn't tell the difference, then, there's no safe way to be sure it will be Odin or be Frigg or somebody when they come in. It's kind of like that with all gods, but usually you don't have to worry. And I know it wasn't a demon, it wasn't a djinn or anything else. They're actually quite honorable, and they wouldn't do something like this. Um, so I'm kind of spazzed out, and I went to read a book. I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to be reading the Havamal or any of the books on the old man anytime soon because I don't want to do anything that's going to attract that whatever the hell it was back in. But I picked this up of all things, and it has to do with orthodoxy, Jewish orthodoxy. And I'm like, did I tell you guys about how I felt a calling to a lot of things, and I was wondering if I was meant to be a rabbi. so, so I've studied a little bit of everything in my life. So it was like the worst thing for that whatever that thing was. And I was like, this didn't sound right for the old man because the old man knows about my family ancestry. And, whether there's actual Jewish blood in the family or Jewish orphanage took in my so many greats grandfather, Jewish people were involved in the family at some point. So the last thing I would do is, turn against the people who either took in an orphan that, didn't belong there in Italy, that took pity on him and took him in, or turn against my own people. I'm like, whatever this was, it couldn't have been Odin. It couldn't have been Odin because he would have known about that. And I'm like, yeah, I can't see Odin. He's done crazy things, but asking someone with possible Jewish ancestry, and honestly, we all could have it. Somebody's, not to speak ill for ancestors, but somebody's, ancestor could have hopped a fence somewhere. It just happens. And I mean in a good way, but it just happens. So, it was weird, whatever it was, and I think whatever it wasn't too bright because it grossly misjudged. So it didn't know about the possible Jewish ancestry. It didn't know about a lot of things, and I thought, and I'm Polish too, and Polish people too would be like, "The hell are you doing with that Nazi stuff? Get it out of here!" So between the Pole and the possible Jewish thing, I'm like, yeah. And, I've been listening to a lot of stuff. Admittedly, it's been atheists reading it, but some atheists went through the Old Testament and was, going through everything. This is one of the hobbies atheists have. I'm not sure why, of, all the deaths in the Bible and the Old Testament to prove how bad God is. So I'm like, well, had you studied the scripture, because I had to take Torah learning, 1 second, guys. We had to take Torah learning, but they couldn't call it the Torah for whatever reason because, well, it was a Catholic university. And, they called it Hebrew scriptures. But we went to, we met a lady rabbi, and I always will remember the fire engine red dress she wore, and she sat her butt up there, right where you put the Torah. And, it was something else because, I got a distinct feeling as we walked into the synagogue. I got a distinct feeling when I'm looking at her that it was said very gently and it was said without judgment, but I got this could have been you, but you didn't answer my call. And I'm like, well, I didn't know you meant synagogue. I thought you meant church. At the time, I was transitioning between trying to be super pagan and super Catholic, so it was a mess. And yeah, I went through some stuff where I tried to figure out if, it would be, should I be Jewish or something? But then, the Messiah thing is a big thing if you were brought up Catholic. And but the one good thing I've got, or interesting thing I've got from studying some of these atheist sites is, did you know Mary is no longer called the bride of Christ? It's like not a thing now. And I'm like, since when did they start that? She was always the bride of Christ, which you try not to think about because it's also his mom. But I'm like, family tree just goes straight up. I mean, he and his father are literally the same exact person. I got, and I've never could quite grasp that. If you're Catholic, you just look at it confused, and it's like the priest they said had the fidget spinner. Just spin that damn thing, because that's how much sense it makes. It's like, is this like a Wiccan Lord and Lady thing? Because this is all I'm getting. I'm confused. And how do you father yourself if you're not born yet? Damn it! My brain! Mind blown. So it's been something else. The Morrigan's here, but I'm getting a sense that International House of Awesome is here, but it's just to protect and have me recover. No one is stepping forward to claim me. The Morrigan's not putting a claim on. Lord Ganesh is here, sniffing over the hat that we're making, but he's not making a claim. No one is. Loki seems ashamed and seems to think he doesn't have a right to have, claim as my patron because this happened. I said, buddy, it happens. I said, even the most protected houses, even the most protected churches or synagogues or temples get a nasty in there every so often. I said, no one knows why it happens, but, this kind of proves our theory that our gods aren't omnipresent. I said, something got in somehow. And I think they all feel kind of aggrieved, but because, how could they possibly miss this? I said, that's what they do, things that mean harm wait for opportunity, and they're pretty damn patient, and they'll wait to come in and harm. I don't think the replacement happened that far back, yet I don't know. It's been like this weird stuff for a couple days, and I said, when he flashed me that okay son, I was like, the hell you are, but I know you're not the old man. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but we have it out of our house, and I said, I don't want to work with Odin. I don't want to look at Odin. I don't want to be around him. I said, there's no way he could prove it's him, because if something's masquerading as him, it would just keep giving proofs that it's the old man. And I said the same thing for Frigg. I trust Thor as Thor, but I trust Loki's Loki, but other than that, the Vanir seemed fine. I don't think the Vanir had any part of this, and I'm not, by the way, saying Odin and Frigg or anyone else had a part in it either, but I couldn't trust them because Odin and Frigg were appearing, and I was hearing like geese like crazy, and she's attached to geese. And now I'm just backing off the pair of them because I'm like, I don't know when this imitation started and if it was just Odin or it was Odin and Frigg both being imitated or what it was. So we're not working with them for a while. And they should understand, and they'll take the payment out of whatever it is hide, because that costs them. And I have plenty of gods. That's why I've always said that you should have maintain good relationships. You don't have to knock yourself out, but maintain good relationships over a variety of pantheons, and then when you need help, help arrives. Help arrives. And I got this idea of, see, you should have stayed in the church. It wasn't mean or anything, but it was like, see, you could be a good Catholic girl not going through this, but you went away. You went away. You could have been a rabbi, but no, fine, have fun. So I don't know what it was, but we're doing better. We figured we'd let you guys know. I'm sad and kind of in shock because now I won't have the old man, but I don't know when the replacement took place, and that the replacement took place. It's like I don't even know if the old man is making me doubt if the old man ever called me or talked to me. And Loki and I are just looking at each other in confusion, and I'm like, I've been talking to the old man for years. How many times has this replacement taken place and we've never noticed? I said, it's been going on and off for a while now. I said, how far back then did the replacement take place? And we don't know. And Loki just seems scared or ashamed that he should have known. I said, look, gods imitate and fool other gods all the time. I said, you shouldn't feel bad. Loki does the same trick in Lokean, where he imitates goddess's husband and gets her prayers. So I'm going, no, we're not talking about that. Or, he actually didn't have to be imitating the husband, come to think of it. Anyhow, the way it's phrased, it's just that he fathered the child. Come to think of it, he didn't have to look like the husband. Anyhow, um, we're just going to take it easy, and we have Loki here now, and we have some other gods here, but it just feels really calm and quiet. And I've been playing Isak Perlman to whatever it is, if it's that, anti whatever it is. I'm like, nothing will drive it away faster than Isak Perlman. So we have the bonus of hearing beautiful music. It's unfortunate we're making ham, but we have the bonus of hearing beautiful music. And I've often thought of it. I wouldn't do a DNA test only because they're supposed to be party favors, and it really doesn't give you your true genetic results. If they did, I'd do one in a heartbeat. I'd love to find out where's my ancestry really from. But we'll be okay, guys. We'll be okay. I'm sad, but we'll be okay. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.